gamers, and welcome to Coolest Gamers Let's Play of Assassin's Creed Origins Part 70, also known as 70. I got like my second spontaneous comment on a video ever, and all the guy had to say was I needed to get a new mic because listening to my sound quality made him want to kill himself. And so I'm very conscious of the volume of my voice now. Because like even though I have to set the volume to 10% in post, as if you could call it that, it's still apparently really inaudible at times, depending on the volume of my voice. So hence my quietness. I'm gonna have to adapt to this new voice for a little while. At least until the beginning of January, when I should be able to afford a new pair of a new headset, a genuine recording headset, or maybe even like an actual recording mic. That'll be nice. I won't be able to afford a rig, so I can be like a proper content creator, but I'll at least be able to get that nice mic. So, you know, it's all progress, you know. Honestly, like, someone could say that I'm a complete fucking idiot, retard, fag, and I should die, and my content is bad, and I should feel terrible about myself, and I think it would bring a tear of joy to my eye that I just got a comment. Anyway, what are we doing here? I'm probably just gonna end up going back to having a somewhat louder voice, just naturally. At this point, it's not even really about people being able to watch my videos. I'm not in the stage of my creation life where people are doing much of that anyway, so now I know. Well, I would say I would know the reason why I'm not getting a lot of attention. But the thing is, when you have no views, you can't really say that, oh, it's because people don't like the volume of your voice. It's genuinely because my tag game probably ain't on point, and like people aren't interested in this project to begin with. So, you know, I'm hoping that Persona 5 wins Game of the Year, because if it does, it might get people playing it again, like around the Game Awards time. And if I start filming a Let's Play after it wins Game of the Year, then that'll increase my chances that I'll get traffic on those videos. So that's what I'm hoping. But it's also a rather dense RPG, so, you know, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So, what was I doing here? I believe I was looking for the solution to the papyrus about the oddly colored river. And the game gives you no indication whatsoever where Crocodilopolis is until you actually start running into quest NPCs and such that guide you there. There's nothing on the map that helps you in that respect. Like, nothing basically indicates that location of that city. It's actually, I'm pretty sure, pretty fucking far from here. But I was convinced that because I picked up the papyrus in this region, that I had inferred the location of Crocodilopolis, and therefore the location of the papyrus solution. Sorry, I'm exhausted. Not the case, but I got a hideout done. I'm not too happy at this game, even more so than usual, because I played it today, and I was finishing a fortress, and I had devised a particularly clever way of dispatching with the captain in a quick move. And it didn't work out because the AI is just pants on head. Like, everything that you think should work gets completely thwarted by the bad AI. Like, stuff that I'm sure that the developers intended to work in the game. Because what I did was, I went through all this effort. Like, first, the brazier was being watched by 2 heavy guards, right? And I had to rig the brazier as part of my plan. So, what I had to do was I had to shoot a flaming arrow into a pot behind the tent where they were guarding and kill a guard that way. And when I blew him up, the heavy guards were like, "What the fuck was that sound?" And they went around to the back of the tent to investigate, which allowed me to then approach the brazier unseen and rig it, right? So that was going fine, and I'm like, wow, that felt good. Like, that felt sneaky. That felt clever. You know, that felt good. Like, and the AI was reacting the way I wanted it to, the way that it should. And so everything was fine. And the tent that they were guarding was the same one that the captain resided in and did his reading in and stuff like that. So, eventually, they go back on guard duty. I kill both of them. And the captain makes his way back to the tent. I think I went so far as to hide the guards' bodies, the heavy guards' bodies, so that he wouldn't be too distracted. He'd go inside the tent and chill out. I mean, I wouldn't expect the game to be so detailed that he's like, where are my guards? You know, like, that would be a little bit... I would be harping on it a little unnecessarily. You know, this isn't exactly the most immersive and most detailed stealth game, so I would have cut it slack on that. So, the captain comes back, he goes inside the tent, and he chills. And I'm like, okay, so now I have to figure out a way to get him out of the tent and near the brazier, because when you have a brazier rigged, you can shoot it like with a flaming arrow, and it'll blow up. They don't even have to try and light it for that plan to work. So, while he's inside the tent, I grab a body, I drag it over to the brazier, I set it right in front of the brazier, which is directly across from the entrance to the tent, right? And then I poison the body just for good measure, you know, so that when he discovered it, you know, he would be poisoned, and moreover, he would be coughing and still, and it would give me enough time to shoot the brazier. It would blow up on him, and surely he would die. So I set the body in front of the brazier, I poison it, and then I go out in front of the tent entrance, and I whistle. First of all, it takes me about 15 fucking whistles before the captain's AI actually registers that there's a whistle nearby, and he gets up to investigate, right? So he gets it to investigate, I jump up on top of the tent, and I'm waiting for everything to unfold. I have a perfect shot on the brazier, like, the guard's corpse that I set up in front of it is perfectly visible from where the captain exits the tent. The captain comes outside, his AI makes absolutely no fucking register of that body whatsoever. Like, it's not there. And if a body was there in front of the brazier where it wasn't before, you would think that would be a little bit alarming to you, right? But no. The AI doesn't even register that there's a body there. It's not even that the captain was like, oh, there's a body there, but I'm not going near that. That looks like a trap. Or like, that's not my job to investigate bodies. Or I just plain just don't give a fuck. It wasn't anything like that. It was literally that the AI could not recognize that a corpse was there, because there was no exclamation mark on his symbol. Like, he was looking around as if there was nothing of interest in front of him. And then he goes back inside the tent, and that's it. That's my plan fucking foiled. And then I got so mad that some archer guard came over because he saw me for a moment, and he's walking right by the brazier, and I'm like, fuck it. So I shoot the brazier, and it blows up. The captain comes running out. I grab my fan axe, I just hold down R1 until he's dead. Because that's the only way you can really solve problems in this fucking game. Because the stealth mechanics are totally broken and buggy and shit. Stop. I still can't get over the fact that Game Informer, the fucking Nazi informers, the shill informers, gave this game an 8.5 out of 10, and they gave Cuphead an 8 out of 10. I can't get over that fact. I can't get over that anyone would think that this is a better game than any notable game of this year. And then, to make it even worse, this game was nominated in the Game Awards Best Action Adventure Games for the year. I mean, first of all, the game has only been out for what? Like, 24 days? Right? They've updated it a couple times. It hasn't really fixed much. I was just playing it today. It's still a buggy piece of shit. And then it gets nominated for the best action adventure game of the year amongst like 5 or 6 other like AAA polished optimized titles. Titles without any of the buggy shit. I mean, let's put the content aside. Yeah, this game's got Ubisoft syndrome written all over it. Monotonous, cut and dry, cookie cutter content. Let's put aside the story. Let's put aside the gameplay mechanics. Let's put aside everything that is just their genuine efforts to make a good and entertaining game, which I think failed. Let's put that aside, okay? And look only at the functionality of this game to work as it's intended to work. Based on that alone, this game is a complete failure. A complete failure. Like, at least in the first 30 days, you know? It's a complete failure. And within those 30 days, it gets nominated for the Best Action Adventure Award of the year. I cannot even begin to fathom. Let's give Show Informer the benefit of the doubt and assume that they genuinely believe. Not Show Informer, not talking about them anymore, although they're pretty bad, but the Game Awards people. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and let's honestly say, okay, they really thought that this game was deserving of Game of the Year for action adventure. So, based on that benefit of the doubt alone, they are functionally retarded individuals. Like, anyone with a set of eyes and ears and functioning fingers could see that this game is absolute garbage. Okay? And I'm not giving them the benefit of that doubt. No way. That was for the sake of argument. That was a hypothetical. Because I know the reason that this got nominated. It's because it's fucking Ubisoft. That's it. That's the only reason that this game got nominated. Is because it's fucking Ubisoft. Just like the only reason PUBG got nominated for anything, including Game of the fucking Year, is because it's popular. Even though it's a hot pile of turds. This game isn't even really popular. I mean, yeah, it made some sales, I'm sure it profited. But this isn't a game that people are hyping up. Obviously, people aren't coming to see this Let's Play. I mean, that might be a biased judgment, obviously, but it's not even popular. It's just Ubisoft. Ubisoft printed all over it.